Hey guys, Edgar here, Guns for Everyone. Another one of these walks and talking about guns. Somebody in the previous video commented, why do we do this? Or why do I do this? And I think he doesn't understand. He said, I don't understand why you need to walk to talk about guns. Like, I don't need to, but walking is boring. Finding time to make these videos is tough. So two birds, one stone. So if you're new to this, that's kind of what I do. Is I'm on this weight loss thing, and part of my weight loss thing is walking. And I hate sitting down and making videos. Oh, this is gonna be interesting how this sounds. Finding time, family, day-to-day stuff, gun classes, it gets tough to find the time to make videos. So again, two stones, one bird, or two birds, one stone, or some shit like that. But anyways, Wednesday, today is Thursday, so yesterday, you don't know what fucking day it is for me. But today's Thursday, the 26th. Yesterday on the 25th, had a class, and after every class, we do a debrief. If you've listened to these videos before, you've heard us talk about the debriefs. And basically, all this is, hey, did you learn something? Something of value, something new that you learned, or a complaint. And a lot of this is to hold students accountable and to hold the instructor accountable. The student accountable, because I don't want you to leave and say shit outside of the class that is most likely true and based off of feelings and emotions instead of facts. So let's say here in the class, if there was any problems, let's talk about it here in the class. And then for the instructor is make sure the instructor said correct shit instead of the wrong shit. Challenge any last minute shit that the instructor said or miscommunicated or whatever. It just, we all get to keep each other accountable. And one of the things that a student said is in line with what we've talked about in the past is this idea of respectful irreverence. Isaac and I did a live on it. You can find it on our YouTube channel. It's the long format. But he provided feedback, and his feedback was, I actually don't like your teaching style. My wife is right here next to me. She'll tell you that usually people say the opposite. People usually say, you're kind of a dick. You push us to do better, but I like that. You use a lot of bad words, but it keeps the I guess environment a little lively and makes us laugh, and we learn better, and all while still pushing us to become better shooting humans, people who defend themselves. This guy though, he said, I actually don't like your teaching style. It took me a while to get used to it, I always reply is like, often I'm an acquired taste. But he said after a while though, I got it. It made sense. And I learned. I still learned and answered the questions and did the stuff and the things. But that's the important part is that respectful irreverence. And also him understanding where we were at and what it was all about. A lot of humans will just say nice things about you so that you can just sign the fucking certificate or say whatever, right? Not be mad. I always appreciate the human who's willing to be vulnerable, who's willing to potentially start a conflict and still saying it. If the instructor is worth a shit, the instructor will accept it. The instructor will communicate whatever misunderstanding. The instructor will you'll have a dialogue about it. This is what humans do. So, and I told him, I was like, I fucking respect the shit out of that. The fact that this human is willing to say, I don't like the way you do things, but it still taught me stuff. I still learn from it. I still walk out of here being a better shooter. I still walk out of here understanding why you teach the way that you teach and why you teach how you teach. And I'm not saying this is exactly what he said, but I'm just trying to illustrate the point or make the point that that's value. Oftentimes in the gun community, people want to like each other and agree with each other, and that's a problem. That fucking echo chamber. Like, if you're watching this and you're unaware or unsure, that's a better word, unsure if you want to take a class with me or not, I would encourage you to come in with that mentality is, I don't need to like this person. Our personalities don't need to mesh, because I'm not there to make friends. I'm there to get better with the gun. Can this human make me better with the gun? This is true for any instructor, but for sure with us, because we have that reputation to a certain degree of pushing humans to ask the why and challenge the information, and we challenge you as students, because we have to. Way too much bullshit gets taught that we need to challenge that information. So again, that respectful irreverence, if you know what those words mean, it's basically respectful disrespect. This human risked hurting my feelings to say correct stuff, and there's value in that. You should never be afraid to tell somebody, I don't like this, that, or the other about you. You should never be afraid of telling an instructor, I don't know if that's true. Let's explore it. Let's talk about it. Whatever the case may be, you're trying to be better with guns. So you should always. She's talking to me in the ear. She's telling me I'm doing awesome and all that shit. So anyways, you should always be seeking that truth, and challenging information is not a bad thing. Respectful disrespect is not a negative thing. It's a positive thing. I don't know if that student watches these videos, but I hope he knows that. Again, I appreciate. I did say it in the class, and I think I was very explicit about saying, not like in a naughty way, but like I explicitly said, I respect that shit a lot. You're not there to make friends. This is true for work, right? When you go to your job, for those of you guys that have jobs, you're not there to make friends. You're there to work, to make money. Making acquaintances and being friendly with people is it's a plus, but that's not what the fuck you're there for. I'm there to do a job. Classes are the same thing. And also, don't be afraid. Don't shut down just because you don't agree with the human that's teaching the information. Let me say that better. Let me say this differently. Just because you don't like the way they're teaching the information, it's not what they're teaching, it's how they're teaching it. So is the information good? And if it's not, then question the information in the class. Question the information in the class. Ask why. Does it agree with science? Does it agree with neuroscience? Does it agree with physics? Question that shit. What you're not there for is to see if you like their personality, to see how many bad words they say or don't say. It's not the fuck you're there for. It's weird when humans put up mental blocks on knowledge just because they don't agree with the delivery method. That's just bullshit. Don't fall for that shit. You don't have to like humans to work with them and to learn from them. It's part of the problem with the gun community right now is everybody just wants to like each other. I don't want to work with the people I like. Who gives a fuck if you like them or not? Is it valuable what you guys are doing? That's what matters. So at any rate, this is the point where I just start repeating the same shit over and over. Go watch that other video, Respectfully Reverence. Go study that shit. It's good for your life. Yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Don't forget to wash your ass. I need to bring that shit back. I keep saying that, but too many stinky asses. So wash your ass.